All the towers had been defeated, all USBs obtained, and now, the barrier is gone, all that remained was the apartments looming overhead, Samantha lying in wait at the top. The second they cross what had once been the barrier, they realize they are not welcome, and this location is very different from the others they've encountered on the way. Enemies roam the land in mass, and many of them use a new form of box head, the box warrior, and it shows to have immense power. Not only does it have the power similar to that of a spirit, but their kind is incredibly common as they inch closer to the apartments. Ronald, Mickey, Morshu, and Spinach can take the lead, charging forward into the crowd of opponents, taking on as much as they can. It was no question that all of the survivors would have to fight, as only united would they be able to make it through such a horde of dangerous enemies.
Kill them all, none will survive. If they get in our way, mow them down, chop them up, make them regret their own conception.
Dan, they keep on coming, blast them away. We need to clear space and fast.
Back? You stay back. I'm warning you.
No slowing down. Fight.
And fight they did, but it was no easy feat. The battles only grew longer, the group's endurance being put to the test. And for Cerno's group it had almost meant death. All four of them were injured, and if they were unable to end the match quickly it would all be over. Alf, being the weak fuck he is brought to his knee. One more good attack possibly meaning the end.
Shit, Cerno, Joe, keep fighting.
We can't lose now, we've come too far. Use everything you've got.
Alf falls to the ground, a warrior going in to finish the job.
Wait, Alf.
But before the box warrior can land its swing, Karate Joe appears in front of it, protecting Alf. Joe is able to take out the warrior, but not without possibly fatal slashes. Joe is unable to stand any longer, and crumples to the ground.
Julie, what? You saved me.
Gru, are you okay?
I'm fine, but look at you. You were kept off. Why'd you do that? After all my teasing, you'd risk your life for mine.
Just shut up, okay? I need to make sure my teammates survive, no matter what. We won't make it unless we're united.
Joe! Oh shit, don't fucking go out like this, man.
Oh God, speak to us, Joe.
Karate Joe was severely wounded. He would live for now, but in his condition he was unable to battle. Cerno and Edgy lifted him up and brought him towards the main group, trying to help as best they could with their limited supplies.
To think Karate-san would sim for me? I don't know what to say. I'm so flattered. Did you really mean it, Julie?
Maybe dying here wouldn't be so bad after all. Goo.
Hey, come on, don't talk like that. We gotta get him out of here.
More fights kept coming, each step towards the castle bringing another horde of warriors, box heads, creep troops, and even a more common appearance of juggernauts. But with the likes of Miku, Knuckles, and even people like Haley and Imomex, the group was able to make considerable progress, proving how their spirits could change the tide of battle. Eventually the group find themselves with a choice, as what lies in front of them are 3 abandoned buildings. The left building was small yet intact, while the right was foreboding and eerie. But in between these two was a building straight from Roblox that shit was goofy as fuck, so naturally when deciding to only go to one of them, they chose the middle.
I got a good feeling about that one, the other two I'm not so sure, but we gotta see what's inside that weird looking one.
I'm with Bobby here. There is gotta be something in that building. Stay by my side.
What awaited them inside was a sight they would never forget.
Number 19, Mouse in Baked Beans. In December 2011, Sainsbury's, the popular UK grocery chain, was fined approximately $12,000 after one of its customers found a mouse inside a can of store-brand baked beans. Bean starch was found in a rodent's stomach during the investigation, and thus it was ultimately concluded that greed was its downfall.
Louis the rat scuttles out of the building and far away from the group, and in their utter shock, the rest of the group walks out and continues on the path without a glance back. Of course this does mean they miss out on the mini and mega cure within the eerie house, but on the bright side they didn't get to the small building, which were packed to the brim with enemies planning a sneak attack, so we take those. They still had a long way to go, and while enemies had seemed to dip momentarily, they were back at full force. At this point all of our fighters had suffered injuries, ranging from minor to severe, and with our weakened state we were left open to tragedy. Weird Al was the first to fall, as while Spencer, Miku, and Imomex fought off the opponents in front of them, a box warrior had snuck by and stabbed through the injured comedian. But it didn't end there, as with the loss of Mr. Yankovic, a group of weaker allies is attacked full force, all of them seeming doomed.
Help! I can't hold them off much longer.
This is bad, really bad.
Damn it, you two. On my command you run past me and make it back to the others.
But Morshu, what about you? You can take them alone.
There's no time for this area. I know what I must do to keep you and the others safe. Now go, and please, tell Haley and Knuckles it was a pleasure. They saved my life. It's time I do the same.
Morshu, no!
They were left with no choice but to listen to Morshu's request, knowing he was right. For them to survive he needed to do this.
Alright then, you robotic freaks. Give me your best shot. I'm not going out without a bang.
Morshu's bombs could be heard in the distance, but it was only so long after that the explosives had stopped. They were likely to never see Morshu again, as he had died taking out the oncoming machines. Whether it was his own explosives, or the deadly power of the juggernauts, Morshu had died knowing he had lived a good life, and passed without regret. The horde was finally thinning once more, but whether it would be fast enough was unknown, as few of our allies were still able to fight. If they were unable to rest quickly, all hope would be lost. They may have been greatly damaged, but with very few remaining options, E.T., Miku, Knuckles, and Spinachkin had taken the responsibility of finishing the few hordes of enemies that remained. But after so many battles, even our strongest fighters were left at a disadvantage.
This is bad. We aren't going to be able to win. It's simply too much.
Nonsense. We'll never admit defeat. Until you have passed on, don't stop attacking.
Even in my current state I fear nothing. Death is for the weak, and I assure you are no mere weaklings. Attack!
They still had confidence, but after a few more clean blows landed, this confidence was quick to fade.
No, we've come so far. We can't lose.
God, I'm done for.
And thus, the box warrior swung one more time. Only before the blade could take E.T.'s life, it had been burrowed through by a badass fucking bird, falling to the ground.
E.T., you're one of our best. Don't think you can fall to some lame ass grunts.
Gooseman, you're still able to fight?
You know it. We might be down, but we're not out. All of you, stand up. This fight isn't over yet.
And with Gooseman's booming voice, their ranks were able to fight once more. They still were against the odds, but with a generous change of fate, they were just barely able to take out the remaining machines, and continue on their path to the apartments. As if smiled upon by fortune, just when they were in desperate need of a break, the group had stumbled upon a sizable lodge relatively well kept since the beginning of the invasion. They were spread out and scattered, but still all relatively nearby. All those who had made it going inside and finally being able to sit down and attend to their many cuts and bruises. It was unsure how long they'd need to rest, but they were certainly not in condition for another onslaught of enemies. It was dark, and quiet. but eventually a storm begins to pick up from outside the lodge. A snowstorm.
Christ. It was as if the enemies were endless. Every time we'd take out a group, another would just show up.
I suppose it might have to do with how long the barrier had been up. For over a month Samantha was able to produce these machines with no way for us to stop it, and she certainly seemed to stock up.
Yeah, but still, we definitely outskilled them. It's just their sheer numbers that fuck us up. If only we still had cures.
We might not have cures, but at the very least we do have more traditional supplies and medicine. It may not be as quick and convenient as the mega cures, but you will be able to heal your injuries, as long as you don't reopen your wounds.
What if we break a bomb?
Did you break our bow?
No, just saying, without a mega cure we'd likely be out of the fight. Yeah!
I'd say so, but don't worry yourself about that, Mick. As long as we stay as one we should be okay.
On the topic of staying as one, have you guys seen Cerno and her group?
Wait, are they not here?
Yeah. We noticed they were missing, but we figured they must have left for like a cola or something. Probably should have spoken up. Who?
God damn it, Tommy. You should have told us sooner. I guess that would make sense they'd be slower due to Joe's injuries. But they should have arrived here by now.
Should we go outside and look for them?
I don't know how much good that would do. It's storming pretty hard outside. Our best bet is to stay put and heal up. The most we can do in our current state is heal up and hope they can find the lodge. And at the very least it seems most of the enemies are gone, so they should have no problem in that regard.
Yeah, that's fair. Jeez, this snow sure is unfortunate though. I mean, how often do we see a storm like this on the island?
True, the only time I've seen it this bad is on our trip to Leisure Islands.
Wait, you're right. It shouldn't be storming like this, especially so suddenly. We need to go. Now.
Hey, chill out, man. What's with the sudden tone?
It's Cerno and the others. They're in danger. Serious danger. We need to go now.
Wait, Goose Man. You don't think it's?
Come on, Emo Max, you're no dumbass. You know what this means. This isn't an ordinary storm. If anyone is able to fight, then hurry after me. The longer we wait here, the more time he has alone with them. We gotta go, and quick.
And before he can explain, Gooseman has already burst out of the front door and into the chilling cold.
Imormex, care to explain?
His name is Dr. Killjoy, a beast beyond human knowledge. He is here on the island. If Gorsey is right, then we have very little time. I suggest we start running. Now.
Minutes began to tick by as the snow covered the ground, and the vision of Cerno's group. They had followed shortly behind everyone else, trudging farther back due to Karate Joe's injuries. But once the storm started, they were unable to find their way towards the cabin. They now wander around in search of any sign of their allies.
Yo, I got nothing. We're all alone. Burn, and it's getting really chilly.
This is all my fault. I'm sorry, guys. If only I wasn't so battered up, then I wouldn't have held you back.
Nah, this isn't anyone's fault. It just fucking sucks. Hopefully the others realize we're gone quickly. Unlike you and Cerno, I'm not so used to this weather.
I'm sure help is on the way, and yeah, it definitely does help that I'm nice fairy, but if you guys need warmth we can pull over and try to heat up.
I'll be fine. We first need to focus on finding the others. I'll just have to tough it out. But I'm definitely wishing I had a warmer pair of claws. The things I sacrifice for style.
At least we got the spirit or a stuff that makes me feel all fuzzy inside.
Are you sure it's not your fur?
It's both, but my point stands all Julie. All I'm saying is we could be in way worse conditions right now.
Is anyone really surprised that Alf would jinx the group by saying something so ominous? The wind picks up, and from ahead of them a shadow looms closer.
Guys, look. Someone's approaching. They found us.
Wait, who is that? Damn it, it's too snowy. Hey, over here.
Yippee, we're saved.
Alf proceeds to walk closer to the shadow, too busy talking to notice what he was walking towards.
So do I owe the honor of my rescue too. Is it a handsome hero here to take me back to his castle? Honestly, I can swing either way, so...
Alf looks up, he stops dead in his tracks, the man of flames stare pierced through him.
Good day, Alf. It's a pleasure to meet you. How may I help?
Oh, goodness! Who is this?
What the hell? Who the hell is that? What the hell is that?
Is it on fire?
It seems you aren't the brightest bunch then. You don't even know my name. How unfortunate for you.
Wait a sec, you must be that demon bastard Goosey mentioned. So you're the big tough boogeyman scaring everyone, ho? Well, you don't seem too tough to me. Why don't you cut the whole gentleman act you're pulling and show us what you can really do, Egg? You seem like the type of fucker who goes on and on about your evil schemes but never actually does shit. So if you're so tough, why don't you show it?
To imagine.
You sure are noisy. Your soul must be very bitter, not fit for a meal, but thankfully I'm not too picky at the moment. I've let you have your fun, gaining these spirits, and strengthening your soul. But that ends now. Your souls have marinated long enough. It's time I take every last ounce of power within your measly bodies.
Dr. Killjoy's body resonates with the dark fire. It was time to take matters into his own hands.
With your friends out of the way, this should be over soon. Now, be a doll, and give in quickly. The less you struggle, the less it'll hurt, and this should be quite easy considering Joseph's condition.
Joe, stay behind us. We won't let him lay a hair on you.
It's okay. I can still fight. We won't let this freak get what he wants.
Your words are meaningless. Your confidence is a bluff, and you will be the first to give in. Now, embrace the horrors of death.
And in a bright flash, a burst of flame rippled through the three of them, leaving Karate Joe open. Killjoy points at Karate Joe.
Your demeanor, it has already sealed your demise.
Get away from him, you piece of shit!
The fight begins as Edgy rushes the Baron with fast punches powered with electricity, shocking the beast, as it seems Killjoy was most vulnerable to elemental attacks, not physical ones. Cerno also joins in with her barrage of ice magic. Alf is doing his best LMAO. While their attacks were strong, so was Killjoy, and once he was able to escape their onslaught, it got deadly. Cerno's ice was countered by his flames, incinerating her power and leaving her in the snow. And Edgy was able to trade blows for a while, but he would exert too much energy in such a short amount of time, it would leave him open. With a fiery punch to the chest, he crumpled to the floor. Alf was next, except after watching the two others fall, it left him with more than an injury, it left him with fear.
Watch, Alf. Watch as I kill the allies you hold so dear. I will skin them with my nails, and use their flesh as decoration.
No, you can't, you never.
And are you so sure? You know nothing of what I'm capable of. Strike me if you can. If you wish to stop me, then do it. I dare you.
As you wish, you flaming freak.
Alf, blinded by his panic and rage, runs at Killjoy, swinging wildly, his aura splashing the ground around him, but he was unable to land an attack.
Pitiful. So pitiful. Look how useless you are. Weak little Alf, so insignificant. You are nothing but a stain on this earth. Give in unto the only meaningful thing your life can do. Let me have your soul.
No, it's not true. I have a purpose.
And your purposes?
Being funny.
You aren't funny, Alf. You never were.
No!
But before Killjoy could act again, Karate Joe fires off a blazing punch towards his back, the Baron only barely escaping in time.
And I knew you still had fight in you, even with your injured state. But tell me, Joseph, now what? You have the power to strike once more. Will you be able to fight, or is it that you've given yourself up to me?
Joe, run.
Yes, Joseph, run. Run away, it's your only chance of survival. There's nothing you can do here anyways.
Huh? But I can't give up. We need to stick together too.
You must run, Joseph. Your leader has ordered a retreat. Even she knows how weak you are. You are only weighing them down.
Huh? Don't listen to him, Joe. I didn't mean it like that. He's only trying to get in your head.
But once Karate Joe hesitated, Killjoy moved once more, a purple flame burrowing into him, and leaving him slumped in the snow.
HAHAH. Oh, foolish mortals. Your mind is so easy to manipulate. Even a simple phrase is able to throw off your whole facade.
He's back to using big words again. We've got a grade A scumbag on our hands. Don't surrender. Not against the likes of him.
You are a cancer.
And the air is blown once more with the firing of explosive magic, knocking down Bobby with each approach. Cerno tries to assist him once more, but it is a pointless struggle. They are both burnt in the snow, blood mixing in the cold frost surrounding them. Karate Joe lies nearby, and he attempts to crawl towards them, making a last struggle to be with them. But then, he looks over and sees Alf, or what remained of Alf, hanging coldly in Killjoy's hands.
Please? No? Anything but this?
Embrace numbness, little Alf. It will be done before you know it.
And in that moment, Karate Joe watched as Alf screamed in agony, his soul being sucked right out of his body, and into the barren of hell.
Oh my god, 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 no, oh wait.
Fuck! It can't be.
Cerno tries to stand. It is futile.
You. How could you?
Silence. Your time is up.
Killjoy knocks her back down with another flame. This time she seems out cold, her body limp, and death right around the corner. All of them were unable to battle. They surely only mere minutes before they would either be killed, or worse, absorbed by the beast.
Cerno!
You two, now do you understand? Your lives have met their end. I can already see within your minds, your thoughts, your memories. They are so interesting. Share them with me. It will be a much better fate than dying out. If you give me your soul, your lives here will never be forgotten. You will live on within me forever. What do you say?
No, Joey, don't listen to him.
You see my thoughts. You see everything?
Everything and more, dear Joseph. Now, take my hand.
Joey, don't do it. We need you. I need you.
Karate Joe is caught off guard, and turns to Edgy.
You need me? But Edgy, why? Why?
You and Cerno, you've been what I've needed. This whole time, what I needed was people to care for people that cared in return. I never needed to be better than OG. I needed you too. You saved me. Don't give in. I can't lose him now.
Him and Karate Joe begin to tear up.
Wait, Edgy.
Karate Joe reaches his hand out to Edgy, their fingers so close. That is until Joe is lifted in the air.
Such a sweet story, and all it has done is make old Joseph fear death that much more. But don't fret, young fighter. The others will be joining you very shortly.
And with a firm grip on the front of his head, Karate Joe is lifted into the sky and drained of everything he has. Edgy screamed in terror, knowing his attempt to get Karate Joe to fight had only left him open to the demon in front of him. He watches Joe. The sound of his cries rang throughout him. It was done. Karate Joe had been left a hollow body thrown into the snow. Edgy was speechless, arms and hands giving way to the chill of the snow.
No! You bitch! Why? Why now?
I go on and on about my evil schemes, but never actually do shit. That's what you said? Yes. Well, how do you feel now? Your arrogance has killed one of your only friends, and judging by his memories he has given me, perhaps something greater. He certainly felt that way. You and Cerno meant just as much to him as they do to you. Is that right? Silence. That's all? No quips, no snarky remarks. Does that mean you surrender? If so, Who should I take next? You or your dear beloved Cerno?
You can see my mind, can you?
Excuse me?
Why ask about my feelings if you already know the answer?
Huh? That's what this is about? What a ridiculous notion. It was rhetorical. I already know that's how you feel. I know it hurts so much more to hear it from me, that's all.
Say my name.
What?
You can see my mind, right? Then tell me, what's my name?
Well, I find it hardly matters at a time like...
You know everything, right? You know all about me and who I love. Yeah, every fucking detail. Then tell me, what's my name? My new name.
It goes quiet. He was right.
Ugh. Well, aren't you a clever little maggot? Your constant stream of insecurities has spoiled my appetite. And my mood. So instead of taking your soul, I think I'll just burn you alive, and watch you writhe in agony, a much more fitting fate for scum such as yourself, wouldn't you say?
Then do it. Kill me knowing you'd never be able to take my soul. Chicken out, you bitch.
But before Killjoy could unleash his inferno, he can sense something quickly approaching. Help had arrived, as Gooseman flew onto the scene.
Looks like it's you that's out of time.
You...
Killjoy. What have you done?
Huh? HAHAH. Well, look who it is. Right in time to watch me kill your last little buddy here. I've already taken care of the other three, and now it's Dirty Little Edge's time to die.
He's full of shit. Cerno's alive?
What, you?
Killjoy turns once more to totally finish Edgy off this time for sure, but of course he gets stopped, by the one, the only, Gooseman. He sends an aura-infused beak stab right in the fucker's back. Oh yeah.
Grah, you filthy bird.
Never again. I won't let you hurt them ever again.
Gooseman is surrounded by a powerful aura. It grows with fierce intensity at the sight of the Baron. Killjoy tries to calm himself, and prepares another batch of verbal nightmares.
Oh, but Gooseman, where are your friends? You aren't alone, are you?
They're only a few minutes behind me, so you don't have long.
No, not them. I mean Tito.
Gooseman stares down. He feared this would come.
I told you, his time would end soon, and you'd be all alone. Poor Goosey, unable to save his friends then, and unable to save them now.
Don't ever call me Goosey.
You are weak, Gooseman. You can't save anyone, and you will fail everyone you have ever cared for. So, why don't you just stop this? Give yourself to me, and maybe you'll be able to see Tito again, in another life.
No. No more. Not again. Never again. I won't listen to your stupid words and your stupid lies. You're full of shit and nothing else.
Then by all means, save them if you can. The clock is ticking. Let's see if you can last long enough.
I'd say the same to you. You'll be lucky to be alive long enough to see the others.
Then do it. Approach me. Let this battle commence.
With pleasure.
And the fight rang out. The battle between Gooseman and Killjoy was grand, both fighters showing impressive speed, and nothing short with power. Though Killjoy's slight injuries after fighting Cerno's group had certainly helped turn things in Gooseman's favor. Goosey circled around the man of flame, swooping in and dealing devastating blows, but where Gooseman lacked was a defensive stance, and his aura training was still lacking, so its power was reckless. This made it to where one smart blow from Killjoy would be enough to knock him down pretty bad. All it took was a sneaky shot, and when Killjoy saw his chance, he took it.
You may be fast, but I already know where you will strike next. I've studied your movements, and don't think avoiding me in the sky will do good.
You don't know shit. You can't predict me if I can't even predict myself.
Then by all means, strike from the left, just like you have the past 3 times.
These words, Gooseman changed trajectory, going for the right. Killjoy turns to Gooseman, who was flying in, but in that moment he pulled a 180-degree reversal and ducked for the left again, hoping to trick the Baron, but it was futile. This was exactly what he had planned for. As Gooseman grazes his left, Killjoy grabs a hold of his foot, throwing him back, and with a devastating flame pillar, a blast bursts right into Goosey's wing, leaving him to crash into the snow.
Gah, my lefty Lucy.
HAHAH, you stubborn little bird. Of course you'd do it again. I can read you like a fine novella, quick and easy. If only you had even a little intelligence, then maybe you'd be able to defeat me. But alas, your soul will rot within me for eternity.
Gooseman holds onto his broken wing. It was clear he was stuck on the ground.
You talk big, but you're getting tired, aren't ya? You know we both can't fight much longer. But here's the thing. I'm not alone. I'll never be alone, no matter what you do. You'll never be able to take away my bros, dead or alive.
Your friends? Are you still so powerless you must use your friends to fight your battles?
You wouldn't get it, would you? This isn't a one-sided relationship, we all work as one. I need them just as much as they need me. Now quit with your dumbass lies. I can hear the others approaching.
So there are. It seems fortune shines upon you for now, but don't get used to it. You've lived, but you haven't won. I'll be waiting in the apartments. Once you make it, I'll be sure to end this pathetic debacle once and for all. But until then, remember without your little pals you are still the weak little goose you always have been. Tito would be ashamed.
And with a parting glance, Killjoy dissolves into flame once more, leaving a trail of melting snow in his wake. The rest of the group arriving mere moments later.
Gooseman, is everything alright?
Once I make it to the apartments, I finish Killjoy off. Got it? I'll be the one to send that asshole back to hell.
The group was back to the cabin, the weather had died down, and with it came an eerie silence. It had been a day or so, and those recovering from the fight with Killjoy were just starting to regain their senses. The group now discussed their next plan of action.
We must keep moving, and soon. This detour has almost certainly alarmed Samantha and her group. They must know we're coming.
It seems likely. Then I'd say we leave in 10 minutes. We gather our equipment and head out. At the very least we are almost there, so it shouldn't be too much longer.
Hear that? We leave in 10. Get ready to move.
Edgy Bobby and Cerno sit on a group of crates together, and after only recently waking up from their injuries are still pretty rattled. Gooseman too, as after bandaging his right wing, it seems he will no longer be able to fly.
Hey, did you get that? We're gonna have to leave. If you can't fight them, no one's staying here.
Indeed, you've done your part, and I feel what you've seen is more than enough. Don't feel ashamed for staying here until the island is saved. If we succeed, it may take only a mere day or so.
Edgy is silent, simply looking over at Cerno. She stares back with remorse. Her ice powers had been slowly recovering after the flames had melted her attacks, and she could still faintly feel the burns Killjoy left, as did Edgy, whose chest had been bandaged after receiving a nasty scar. If it wasn't for their aura abilities, it likely would have been severe.
Please speak up, either of you. I know this isn't easy for you, but if...
He's really gone then. Both of them are.
After everything we've been through.
Edgy. Cerno.
Cerno grabs a hold of Edgy's hand, comforting him. It might be hard to move on after their loss, but Edgy knows what he must do.
I'm not stopping here. Even if I can't fight, I'll travel with you. I can still move. You got that? As long as I can still move, I'll stay with you all. Joe, you'd want me to keep fighting. There's still things about myself I've yet to settle on. So as long as that's the case, my adventure isn't ending early.
Same here. The others. Joe, Alf. Purappa. I was their leader. And now they're all gone. I need to be there to stop Killjoy. To stop this chaos. If I can't be there to help take this all down, then what kind of captain would I be, right? I've got to make things right.
They did look up to you, Cerno. So if anyone can get us through this mess, even if we can't battle for a bit, it's you. Well, T, there's your answer. We ain't backing down. Not here. Not ever.
Hey, why am I not surprised? You two sure are stubborn. Even with your nasty burns, you're still back up again and ready to battle. I guess I can't say no, so if you are certain then stay by my side. I'll support you in the case of any future battles. Let's just hope that all of yours will be enough to keep you in good condition.
Hey, he's gotten us this far. Besides, I'm feeling better already. But what about Gooseman? He did kinda save our fucking lives back there. A moment later and I'd be ash.
They turn and see Gooseman with the others, and similar to them, his injuries seem like the least of his concerns.
He's a lot like you two. Even without his flight he's still ready to keep going. His attitude is so different than it was after losing Tito. He really has become just as strong as him. And we do still need to thank him back in the blizzard. If he hadn't caught on to Killjoy's approach, there's no telling how many more casualties we could have experienced.
Yeah, no kidding. That's one crazy goose.
DT, everyone is packed and ready to go? Are these two coming with?
Yes, surprisingly enough.
Wow, you two sure have strong dedication to keep going. I'm a real lucky mouse to be around such amazing people.
Hey, calm down, Nick. You don't need to get all cheesy. We're nothing special, just a couple of loonies. But I guess we're all a little nuts to be going through all this, huh?
Yeah, I know. It's just so crazy to me. I really do admire all of your fighting prowess. Maybe with all this experience, I'll be able to fight my own battles too.
Hell yeah, Mousy. Just put your mind to it and I'm sure you can kill it.
Oh boy.
Hey you two. Stop encouraging the rat. If he gets too trigger happy he'll end up getting himself and everyone else killed. It's not a fast process, not even close. Just take your time, and you'll know when you're ready.
Yep, I hear you loud and clear, slow and steady, like a turtle, huh?
Sure. Like a turtle.
Okay, and with Mickey's really cool and important speech we find ourselves heading out, making our last advance for the apartments, and with the weather back to normal, there should be little issues in making progress, especially with the sudden drop in enemies in the area. It was strange, while every once in a while they'd run into enemies it was almost as if they were broken, their movements were sporadic and at times they were even attacking each other. As if they were no longer controlled, but lost mindless machines. They still packed a punch, injuring Val and a few others, but nothing too serious.
This is strange. Not only the box warriors, but all the machines seem to be acting strangely. Certainly I'm not the only one who sees this, yes?
Oh, I see it alright. It's not as fun when they aren't trying to tear my limbs off.
Well, I am certainly not complaining. We have had enough hard fights. This is good time to rest up.
Yeah, it's definitely helping. But it's not right. Something must have happened.
Think it has to do with the apartments.
No doubt. Something's going down there, and I bet it has something to do with Samantha. Let's hurry.
Oh, but I wanted to slow not speed up. I am fed up with this mission.
And there they hurried their pace, moving quickly towards the apartments, it now inching ever closer in sight. The closer they got the fewer enemies, and eventually, none at all. And then there they were, the path leading to the apartments, it had to be mere minutes away. All seemed in their favor. That was, until the ground beneath their feet began to rumble faintly.
Do you all feel that?
Of course. Who wouldn't feel the anticipation of finally returning to the apartments? They were right here.
No, not that, Zarya. The ground. Is it?
But then, it shook the earth. The ground beneath them began to open, everyone stepping back as the dirt was pushed aside, revealing a metal hatch meters wide, and emerging from the ground was a sight of horror.
It's beautiful. So beautiful.
What the hell is that?
The berserker rises from the ground, its immense size incomparable, and its grin unmatched. Neon lights brightened its unfazed steel body, and its soul-piercing neon green eyes. It was here for one purpose, mass destruction.
Victims located. Begin extermination phase Gamma. Leave no survivors.
And with the rising of its hands, weapons began to open up, projectiles of all varieties appearing over its body, and worst of all, from out its hands it spewed more box heads to assist it. Except these box heads were somehow stronger, also having a power similar to that of a spirit. This would not be an easy fight, not even close. Missiles fly in every direction, igniting the floor and reducing the ground to rubble. The group is able to avoid the strikes, but it's unknown for how long they would be able to keep it up. They'd have to think up a plan and fast.
Damn. Imomex, ET, get over here. We need to work together while it's focused on the others.
What should we do? That beast must be indestructible. How can we take it down?
I might have a way, but we're gonna need your help, ET. I'd say Gooseman could assist us, but he seems incapable of flight at the moment, which leaves you.
So you want me to attack from higher up? Still though, I'm not so sure my light beams would be of much help against something this size.
Yeah, good point. But maybe we could have you bring those who could up top, that way they could go for its weaker points higher up.
But who would be able to do this? Bobby's bombs might be of use, but there's no way I'd be able to carry him all the way.
As if out of thin air, Spinachkin stands beside E.T.
Oh wait, it's just you.
Did someone say they needed somebody who can do massive damage?
Unfortunately, Spinach Gun does seem to fit the role pretty well.
When done I fit the role, Knuckles baby. I can kill anything no matter how big, if you know what I mean. HAHAH.
Just take her up there please. Me and Imomex can stay back here and make sure you two have an open shot at its back. If we can get behind it then there's a chance we can win.
Understood. Come Spinach, we must hurry.
Yeah, I know already. Just fly me alien boy, to the skirs I go.
You guys better hurry up over there. These box heads keep coming, and I don't know how much we can hold them off, especially with the Berserker's constant firearms.
Just a little longer. Keep its back exposed.
Yeah, roger that. It seems pretty pissed by my explosives, so if I can keep it targeting me you should be good. Just hoping I don't get fucking nuked to smithereens at this point.
And with speedy movements, E.T. and Spinach took to the skies, moving around the Berserker as it continued to rain down hellfire on their allies. Thankfully its movements were slow due to its immense size, or else they'd be incinerated in no time. E.T. makes it to the head, and throws Spinach down on top of it, allowing her to dig in. She proceeds to bite the shit out of its head, somehow not breaking her teeth, but soon switches to chipping away at it with her chainsaw. Only when the Berserker notices her, does it attempt to stop her.
This is bad. It's reaching for Spinach. We have to stop it or she's gonna get smushed.
I mean, is that such a bad thing?
Not now, Bobby. We need her higher up. If she's not there to distract, we can take it down from below.
Won't. It's doing something. Stay on guard.
The Berserker then brings its foot up, and with a crash it smashes the ground, sending off a devastating wave of debris at the opponents, knocking many of them to the floor.
Yup, I can see there's dirt in my eyes.
The box heads are still coming. Get back up.
Knuckles, change of plan. It may be risky, but you and me will need to work together and attack its legs. If there's any way you can destroy its stability while it focuses on Spinachkin, then it will fall. And if this thing can tip, it should be down for good.
You bring a good point, but I'm unsure if my measly spear would be able to take down a beast like this, let alone pierce it.
Well, we have to try, and even if you can't, there's a chance Miku can, and we only need one of you to succeed. Even if one of its legs are out of the picture, down comes the beast.
Right? Come on, Knuckles. Let's end this.
And with that they do a little slip and slide and find themselves at the base of the Berserker, which is still trying to remove Spinachkin for its head. Knuckles goes in, trying to jab through the Titan with his insignificant spear, but as he expected it has little effect, it was near impenetrable. But then, Miku began slashing at its left, and by sharpening her guitar with her aura, the blade began going through, not quickly, but given enough time she'd be able to topple it. Only it was at that moment that Spinachkin came flying down from the Berserker, knocked off with a stray missile.
Oh no, Spinach.
Eat you all, that fucker knows how to make a hit sting. You all could learn a thing or two.
That'd be great, Spinach, but last time I checked we didn't have missiles we could shoot out of our elbows.
Well, nothing's impossible. Just fucking be built better then.
Oh no, it's gonna stomp Miku. She just needs a little more time.
I got this, just hang here.
Sad Bobby runs in, and as the Titan reaches for Miku, Bobby slings his aura-infused bombs at its grisly mitt, halting it in its tracks. It looks at him, and opens its mouth wide, a light growing brighter from inside.
Oh shit. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
And from the Berserker's mouth erupts a fucking massive laser that nearly disintegrates Sad Bobby, a second too slow and he would have been nothing but a pile of ash.
Hey, a little help over here.
Wait, look at Miku.
And at that moment, the Berserker shifted a little, as Miku has just removed its foot from the rest of its body. From a small shift to a crash, the behemoth falls down, the crash shaking the island. It had stopped moving. The Berserker was down for the count.
Ha. Ha. Holy fuck, okay?
Bobby looks around in astonishment, shocked that he didn't get roasted into a fine pile of dust.
It's over, yeah? It's dead, right?
HAHAH, hell yeah, that's my guy. You fucking lived. Look at you, I totally didn't doubt you for a second.
Holy shit, I didn't think I was gonna do it in time. What a hurt pounder.
Oh my god, Miku did it. You saved us all. It's a good thing you were so skilled with that guitar.
Yeah, it's a very sharp guitar. Probably can't play anything on it anymore. But thanks, Soria.
Is everyone okay? So much happened, it's hard to tell what even occurred.
Us and Lily are all good. I was protecting her and Tommy with my impeccable fighting skills, but there sure were a lot of those little robots.
Dear, you did a great job. Now I am just gonna go. Sit down. For a long time.
Tommy may have strained his back, but he'll be fine. And by looking around, we're all here and alive, somehow.
Well, I guess that just leaves the apartments then. We've made it this far, let's do.
But from the burning pile of rubble of the Berserker, something can be heard from inside. Something was moving. Something was breaking out. And in a bright flash, and the steaming of rising smoke, a being emerges from within the rubble, standing tall. It was not human. It was something more.
What?
Impossible.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
The Berserker's new form turns its head, its thin titanium body glistening in the light, contrasting with its neon pink highlights and eyes. But nonetheless, its grin still stood. And before anyone could speak, the machine bolted towards Miku, slashing its long claws for fingers, her only barely blocking in time. And without hesitation, its barrage began. From all directions the Berserker swung and Miku, each attack almost connecting, its speed almost too much even for her. From slow and giant, the Berserker has taken a much smaller yet devastating form. If this were to continue, Miku would be unable to block, and would be sliced in two.
Oh shit. It's totally locked onto Miku, it's trying to pick her off first. If we don't intervene quickly she's gonna get killed.
Well, what are we supposed to do? If Miku can barely keep up, we're as good as souffle against that thing. Not to mention too many of us are injured from its first round of attacks.
No, she's right. I might have been able to keep up, but not in my current state.
You'll do it. I wasn't able to do much in its large form, but now I might be able to deal some damage, and its speed should be no problem, not for me and Grimace.
Same here, if I could last against that first form this shouldn't be so bad. Besides, it's about time I do my part.
With quick approaches, Ronald and Bobby came at the Berserker, getting its attention, and forcing it to move from Miku with a speedy bomb towards the head. The Berserker now moves in on Bobby, but as he quickly finds out, is no easy match without something to shield him, being forced to avoid the Berserker's lightning speed strikes, suffering a few close calls and receiving slashes on his face and arms. But before anything lethal is blown, Ronald steps up, sending Grimace to push the beast back, and with every oncoming attack it is blown back by his stance unrivaled strength. The beast switches off between the three of them, trying to land cheeky strikes on the least expecting, sometimes even lunging for the larger group in the back that was injured and trying to heal.
Saria, look out!
The Berserker dove for the Kokiri, attempting to catch her from behind, but is stopped by an equally vile force.
Even better! This is even better than your last form, the old UHHH. Now this is a real fight, a battle of brute force. Come at me, scrap metal.
Holy shit, these two did like a whole ass DBZ fight. It was wild. They were trading Kamehamehas or some shit with how much they were combating each other, each perfectly clashing with another attack. Spinach's chainsaw intertwined with the Berserker's claws. Only Spinach seemed completely invigorated, and when the time came, she moved out of the way of one of its lunging strikes, and rams her chainsaw right into its arm, sawing into the metallic husk of wiring, seemingly detonating its limb, sending Spinachkin flying back in the process.
Not bad. Not bad, ha ha ha, ha 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 ha.
Marie and others rushed to her side to move her away from the battle as the Berserker was getting back up. Its right arm was blown to smithereens, and yet it stood as if nothing had happened, going right back into the fight. Eventually it begins using projectiles again, much smaller than before but just as devastating. It even begins firing onto the sidelines for those already injured, which would have ended in tragedy without Ronald and Grimace's time-stopping capabilities. The Berserker smashed into the rubble of its once larger body, but in only mere moments, it was back on its feet. Nothing could keep it down.
It's up again. How is this possible?
This must be the true power of the Berserker, not its strength and speed, but its resistance. It's fast, but counterable. Where it really shines is sustainability. We can only go so long, and if it continues to stall us out, we're all doomed.
So its shtick is durability, huh? Then I might just have the answer, but I'm gonna need enough time.
Oh, so now the father of none is gonna save the day.
Spinach. What did I say about talking out loud?
Big words for someone on the sidelines.
What's up, Spence? What you need?
My arm, the one designed by UHHH. It's able to conduct my aura ability incredibly well. If I can combine my aura with a charged shot, I may be able to fire off a blast with enough power to destroy that monster, but I need the others to stall just a little longer.
I got you, Spencenator. I might look weaker without my flappers, but I'm still a quick little bastard. I'll join in and let the others know the plan. Good luck.
Same to you, little man.
And with Gooseman joining in, the four main fighters worked to keep the Berserker at bay and away from Spencer, who had begun charging up a final blow. Only the beast wasn't slowing, despite the damage dealt, unlike Miku, who was beginning to feel the horrid pain of her injuries. Sad Bobby would end up defending her as from above the Berserker drilled down, crashing into the ground with its claw, and hopping back up to strike at the two. They back and forth the beast, keeping it captive, unable to get an approach in, Ronald and Gooseman switching in when the other two needed to recoup. And right as it seemed the Berserker may be outspeeding them, it was ready.
Now, Ronald, move.
And with the turn of Ronald, and the forward step of the machine, Spencer fires the blast from his hand, the ball of energy striking the Berserker, and blinding the group in an explosion of light. As the brightness fades, the beast is left on the floor, and upon looking, it becomes apparent the shot was enough, as the whole right side of the machine was gone. Spencer falls to his knee, completely drained after harnessing all his energy into the one shot. Those who were fighting it also lowered to the floor, completely exhausted after having to go toe-to-toe with the Berserker for so long, any longer and they would have been done for.
Holy shit. Holy shit, it's done. Thank fuck.
Can someone check to make sure it's actually dead?
Here, I got this.
Miku starts approaching the remains of the Berserker, inching closer, but it's when she's almost there it happens. In one final resistance, the machine leaps up away from Miku. With its remaining arm it aimed for Spencer, and glided into the group. Only he was too drained to avoid. Everyone turns in fear to see Spencer, standing still, his stomach pierced by the hand of the berserker, taking him down with it. It powers down for good, but not without leaving Spencer's fate sealed.
Oh shit, Spencer.
What the hell?
Spencer falls to the floor, the group hurrying to his side. But it was over. With one final moment, he croaked his last words.
It's fine. This is your fight. Just let me see my family again.
Priest.
And alongside the berserker, Spencer is gone. The group moves back, taking time to regroup, and decide who'd be leading the way into the apartments. Ultimately it's decided that Tommy and Val would hold down the front lines until the others had recovered more, thankfully only receiving moderate or slight injuries, and some no more than fatigue. But nonetheless, in a short moment, they stood in front of the apartments for sure, this time no more bullshit in the way, staring up at the many floors, clearly larger than it had once been.
Here we are. How long has it been since we've last been here?
Fuck if I know. We've practically lost all track of time, but it's had to have been months at the very least. Jesus, and to think this is where it all started.
I still remember the day we had to flee. It was me, you Knuckles, and Crazy Frog. I was so scared. Thought there was no we'd even make it out. But look at us now. Back here and stronger than ever.
A lot has changed, but regardless of what's happened these few months, one thing still holds true. As long as we remain united, we will succeed. That is a promise. Now, let's do this.
Jesus, can we just wrap this up? You sound so fucking lame right now.
Yeah, okay, this is starting to sound like a shitty shonen manga. Let's just keep going.
I like shonen mangas.
I mean, One Piece is fun if you're bored.
Oh bro, ain't no way you actually have time to read One Piece.
I had a lot of free time when I was younger, okay?
After what is probably too long of a discussion about One Piece and why the manga is the better choice, the group finally steps foot into the apartments, being awaited to an unusual sight. The layout is strange, some parts being similar to how it was before they had left, but altered at the same time, as if almost recognizable, similar to a dream. Scaling was all over the place, and rooms were spread out over a large dark hallway, menacing sounds echoing from within.
So then, where do we start?
I checked the elevator, but it seems the controls down here are broken. If it is working, we must make it to a different floor.
Well, that only leaves the rooms then, since there doesn't seem to be a staircase out here. Hopefully one of the rooms will have some way of getting higher up.
Right, then follow me everybody, to the room.
Behind Tommy and Val, the group follows shortly behind, going down the hall and starting with room 107, the room where Alvin once stayed. Upon entering, they are stopped in their tracks, the room being much larger than before, with box heads surrounding the place, but not only this, but another opponent awaited them. It was Alvin, or what looked like him, but it must have been some type of machine, designed to look just like him. It fought against the group mindlessly, putting up a good fight with its devastating power. However, the group does take it out, the machine powering down when hitting the ground, and silencing the group.
What on earth? Why? Why did she do this?
Machines designed in our image, Howard. We must assume this is the case for every room, so whatever you do, stay on guard. It might get a little upsetting if we waltz in and see the wrong person.
Hey guys, over here. These must be some kind of healing items.
In the cabinet of Alvin's room, there still seemed to be a leftover mini and mega cure given to him before the invasion. The group takes it, and holds onto them for any oncoming emergencies. They exit Alvin's room, going for Istan's next, and to their surprise at the end of his room was a staircase, leading to the next floor. If this was the case for every room, then they'd have to traverse through each floor's rooms in search for the next staircase, having to see the lost remnants of their fallen friends. The group argued which room to go to first on the second floor, a general uncertainty on which room was most likely to have the stairs.
It's definitely in Bob's. That guy was always the leader. If the staircase had to go in anyone's room, it'd be his.
True, but I feel that whoever chose these stairs wasn't doing some type of pattern. It'd be too predictable. I'm sure that wherever the staircase happens to be is a room chosen at random.
I know I am going off Arvim here, but I have good feelings about Mario's room. I am sure it's there.
Can we check Business's room? Please.
Haley, you do know what we'll see if we go into his room, right?
I know. I just want to see his face. One last time. Even if it's a robot, that's enough. Just allow me this.
I guess it's worth a shot.
The group goes into Business Cat's room, fighting off another horde of creep troops, along with the fading memory of Business. When the dust settles, there is no staircase, but Haley seems content seeing his room for the last time.
Thank you. That's enough. I'm ready to move on. Come now, everyone. Our futures await us.
Right, Lily, let's move.
As Bobby assumed, the staircase had ended up being in Bob's room, and with another fight they found themselves on floor 3. This floor takes them a longer time to find their way out, with Ronald and Mika taking the lead.
I can't believe you guys actually thought it would be in Lil Bill's room.
Hey, it wasn't my fault. We picked at random like Knuckles said. I personally think there was a fine chance of it working.
Yeah, but like I said, thinking with our heads just seems like the best strategy.
They try a few more rooms, having to heal Ronald in the process, but eventually find the next staircase in Nolan's room, a face no one had seen since the invasion, a fighter lost too soon. They fight through the horde as usual, but upon climbing the stairs they are met with an unexpected encounter. It was another game ad.
Wait a minute. You?
Hello everyone. What an honor to see you all again. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Last time we met was when we were still neighbors. Oh, how that brings good memories. The time we all spent together was so peaceful, but at the same time, so hopelessly simple.
Nagito, we know you've been working with Samantha. Stand down now and we won't have to hurt you.
Hurt me? I couldn't care less if you hurt me. Hell, even killed me. As long as a battle with me could spark a sign of hope for you all, I'd love nothing more. Now, if you would, trample me beneath you. Show me just how strong your hope has become. Personify your losses and defeat me in the name of those who died.
The mop man talks too much. I say we cut him to pieces. Grab.
Let's make this quick. This guy's a real freak.
Backed by a group of varied machines, Nagito runs at the allies, swinging an array of different weapons, from knives and bombs to a fucking metal spear. He seems inexperienced, but lands many of his blows out of sheer luck. What a guy. Eventually though his luck runs out, and Imomex is able to get behind him, apprehending him. Honestly, Nagito is kind of pathetic in the grand scheme of things, but at least he tried. Maybe. Was he even trying to kill us? I don't know anymore. Nagito hurts my head.
Ack, you got me. Now Imomex, finish the job. Kill me and relish over the fact you finally stopped this crazed killer.
Imomex, don't. There's no point in killing him here. He might be a little misdirected, but I feel he's little of a threat to us now. Taking him out just seems unnecessary.
Are you sure? This guy seems beyond any normal assistance. It's probably in our best interest to handle this now while we have got him detained.
Huh? It's just like E.T. to try and avoid casualties. If anyone is brimming with hope and honor, it's them. But he's got a point. There's no telling what I'm capable of. You gotta finish me off right here and now, or I might hurt someone.
Just tie him up. We still have some rope in the back. E.T. has a point, and with how this guy's talking, the last thing I'd want to do is what he says. So if he really wants us to kill him, I'd rather not.
Oh, come on, he is literally asking for it. We could cut him into such a fine brisket. At this point, he might as well be farm cattle.
Fine, but this better not come back to bite us. You're lucky you got some good people here, kid.
How hopeless. Even when my life can finally find use in sacrifice, I fail to die. I really am unlucky. Haha.
And so the group ties up Nagito and leaves him against a pole until they've finished their mission. They don't really know what they'll do with him after that, but the less people we need to butcher, the better.
Fine. I want Kill Green Bean over here. But I'm not gonna let him forget my face. Get over here, you sack of sorrow.
Wait, Spinachkin, what are you doing? You aren't gonna kill me, are you? Would you really betray the group like this?
Wait, Spinach. Don't.
HAHAH.
They couldn't stop her. The deed was already done. She shaved Nagito. All that was left was his shiny hairless scalp.
This is certainly a fate more hopeless than death.
Puff. Oh my god, you look like a baby.
Cheer up, Green Bean. I think the new look fits you.
Oh my goodness.
And so they left the hairless Nagito to suffer alone as they proceed up to the 4th floor, regathering themselves and preparing for a new wave of enemies, each floor bringing a new type stronger than the last. E.T. leads the way, with Edgy and Cerno close behind. Although it does take a few wrong rooms before they gain any type of progress.
Oh. While I am unsure of where the staircase is, I do still have some cores in my room from before the invasion. I was researching more on their chemical compounds in hopes of creating an easier version to produce in mass.
Well, shit. Why didn't you say so earlier? Let's go then. Any other room would be great right now.
Everything okay, Edgy?
Yeah, just nervous is all.
They go and retrieve the cures from Murray's room, only a few remaining inside, as some were already broken from their time in the room, and after taking out the enemies there they end up back in the hallway. A pit was forming in Edgy's stomach, as he got a sneaking suspicion about the stairs' location.
It's got to be in his room, right?
You mean, oh geez?
Yeah, it's got to be. There's only so many rooms left.
You think you'll be okay taking the lead in there, bro?
Hey, yeah, it's no problem, Goozy. This is fine. Besides, it's about time I put my past to rest for good. Maybe seeing him will be just what I need.
Right. Then let's go.
They enter Bobby's room, and sure enough, in the horde of circus gyms is the staircase, but alongside it is a robot identical to Bobby. Its demeanor cold, yet strong, possibly stronger than the real OG. They duke it out against the machines like always, but Edgy takes the responsibility of dealing with OG's counterpart. And even with his healing injuries, Edgy is able to overcome it, destroying the imposter for good. He stands over it, clearly lost in thought.
Yo Edgy. It's over now. How do you feel?
How do I feel? Well, I guess I feel whole, if anything, but it doesn't matter, does it? OG is OG. That's that. No fight between us would change that. Besides, I don't need to be the original Bobby anyways, cause I'm more than some fucking label. You and it are too. So don't set boundaries on who you can and can't be.
Well spoken. You truly have changed, Edgy.
Azora. My name's Azora. Sorry it took so long, but I've thought about a lot. And this is my name. Hope you're cool with that.
Azora. It's a beautiful name. I think it fits you well.
Azora, huh? Well then, it's good to meet you, Azora. I know we're gonna be great friends.
Hey, don't be like that. I'm still the same fucking person. I'm just more me.
Still though, Azora, how do I say this? It sounds kinda girly.
Hey, I don't care. Names shouldn't be decided based on something dumb like gender anyways. Zora's my name, and I couldn't be happier with it.
Hey, good on you, man. One less Bobby to confuse everyone.
Spinniken is getting tired of the subbiness. Can we get back to killing things yet?
She's right. Let's get this shit over with.
Then if we're good again, let's continue. The staircase is just up ahead.
And up they went to the 5th floor, all moving stronger than ever, reinvigorated after making it so high. They reminisce over everything they've been through, and now here they were, mere floors away from finishing it for good. Knuckles and Haley lead the way, with Imomex and Marie guarding their sides, but after finding cures in Mickey's room, they have a wrong answer streak, going room after room without any sign of stairs, and the group is left no choice but to use all of our cures in order to continue fighting while everyone in the back tries to recover.
Well, the box warriors are too strong, we can't keep going into the wrong rooms. If we keep getting wrong like that we'll be in serious trouble. Marie just took the last mega cure, so from here on out we're back to nothing but our spirits and combat skills.
We'll be okay, we just need to hold on, we've gotta be close.
Are we sure there's no other way from up here?
Still no luck with the elevator. I doubt it's still working at this rate. We must keep pressing forward.
Oh boy! If you guys are too hurt, we can switch positions?
It's alright, Mickey. You all still need to heal up, we can handle this floor. Just keep cheering us on, understood?
Understood!
And thankfully they were right, with the next room they checked being Tommy's, and it just so happened to have the next staircase, allowing them to make it to the next floor without any casualties.
See? I told you all Tommy Dear's room had to have something important, anyone as lovely as him would have to.
Aha, I guess I am pretty stellar.
Okay Knuckles, maybe you were onto something about the staircase locations being random.
Rising once more they reach the 6th floor, the hardest one yet. And while there weren't as many enemies located on this floor, every encounter of theirs would be against the devastating power of the Juggernauts. It would be in the best interest to clear this floor as soon as possible.
Guys, I don't think we should check my room, haha, let's just skip it.
I don't know, Gausy. Everyone agrees that it's a good place to check next.
No, trust me, you do not want to check my room. Final warning, man, you're not gonna like what you see.
Come on, Gooseman. I'm sure it can't be that bad. We've been through so much. I'm certain you're overreacting. Here, we'll make this quicker. Okay.
Miku and Ronald lead the group into Gooseman's room, Sad Bobby and Spinach beside them. It takes a couple minutes, and they come back out, faces frozen in place.
You weren't kidding.
Woo, that was something else. Lucy, your room is fucking hilarious.
I think I'll hang in the back for the next room. I need a moment.
Man, I told you, but no. You wouldn't listen, you ain't saying shit about this to the others, got it?
So? What was in there?
Did you not just hear me, woman? You ain't gonna find out, you hear?
It's for the best, Saga. Just drop it.
Okay.
They check a few more rooms, including Tito's, which Gooseman stays back for, but eventually they're able to make it out just in time after checking Alf's room, finding the staircase right behind his dusty Pog collection. And they do it with perfect timing, as the multiple battles against the Juggernauts left them in a really bad position, and with moderate injuries. But unfortunately for them, that's when he appeared. The group is stopped dead in their tracks, going up the staircase to see the Prince of Crime standing before them, checking his pocket watch.
Not a moment too soon, heroes. You're making great progress, but I'm afraid it's time for a detour.
Shit, not this guy. He's nuttier than a fucking squirrel.
Joker, of course you'd be here. You've always tried to ruin everything, ever since you came to this island.
Hehe, A shame that you see me that way, Ronald. I hate to get on your bad side. I've seen what you're capable of. But of course, that's assuming you can still fight, because you and your allies don't seem to be holding up so well.
It doesn't matter how you think we're doing, because we're still going strong. At least strong enough to take you on.
Is you could probably defeat me alone, but that's not the case now, is it?
Huh.
Go, my juggernauts! Kill them all!
And from behind them from within the shadows, 2 juggernauts approach them with bloodlust.
Surprise party for me. How lucky. Haha.
Shit. Miku, look out.
She is able to block one of the juggernauts' attack, but the other picks her up, tossing her into the wall.
Don't think you'll get away with this.
No, but I already have.
Bobby, Miku, hang on, we're coming.
Oh no, you don't!
Another juggernaut blocks the staircase, keeping Azora and the others from fighting alongside Ronald and the others, and for the time being, they'd have to fight alone. While Bobby, Miku, and Spinach worked on taking out the juggernauts, Ronald had a 1v1 against Joker, trading punches. Ronald is able to get an upper hand due to Grimace's range and time-stopping ability, but Joker already knows this, and tries to account for the cooldown, finding openings to strike after Ronald needs to recharge his time stop. The fight seems evenly matched, but someone still had a wild card up their sleeve.
Shh, you're pretty good, but you play dirty. Using that power of yours. You'll stand or whatever. Fight me like a real man. Fist to fist.
OMPH, fine. But I assure you it won't do you any better.
Hang in there, Ronald. We've got these juggernauts dead to rights. Just hold that bastard off a bit longer.
Haha, you can touch me. I'm unstoppable.
And so Joker and Ronald go toe-to-toe, throwing punches left and right, but it's then when Joker gets an upper hand he makes his move.
I commend you for being honest to your word. Unfortunately, I'm not so honorable.
Joker pulls out a pistol and aims for Ronald, ready to take the shot. Ronald feared Joker would try to play dirty, and was thankfully able to use Grimace in time, stopping the clock. This gives him just enough time to approach Joker, and knock him back, taking the gun from his hand, holding it over him as time resumes. Joker is pummeled into the ground, looking up at Ronald, who now holds his pistol. And just after doing so, Miku and the others are able to finish up their juggernauts after a close match, and the others were almost able to reunite as well.
Of course you wouldn't have fought fair. You haven't had a fair fight once in your life. I really wanted to give you the benefit of the doubt, that maybe you could be redeemed, but what was I thinking? Your life ends here, Joker.
God, you son of a bitch! You cheated! Use that dirty stand of yours! I demand a rematch!
You did this to yourself, and besides I only used Grimace because you made the first move.
Fine! Then at least give me this. Let me have a final request. That's all I ask. If I must die, can you please do me one last thing?
You're lucky I'm a nobleman. What is it?
Please. Can you tell me? What's inside the gun you took from me?
What?
And in that instant, Ronald's hand felt warm, very, very warm. The explosion lit off in his hand, everyone staring in terror, as what remained of Ronald was blown back into the wall. Joker's laugh was unending, as he slowly rose, clapping at the performance. He looked at Ronald, and the missing side of his body where the gun's detonation had blasted him. There was so much blood, so much, and yet the clown still struggled to move.
Ronald.
Oh my god. Ronald, no.
They rushed to his side, sad Bobby grabbing onto his remaining hand, gripping it with all his might.
That bastard. He got me. He fell for such a simple trick. Damn.
Oh god, Ronald, this can't be happening. Not you too. We've come this far. You can't die here.
Too late, pal. This clown has served his last meal. Be good. Okay. I know you've still got a long road ahead of you.
God damn it. Not now. Not here. Not you.
But no amount of crying would change what had happened. The others finally rushed onto the scene, everyone standing around the fallen hero, honoring his death, for he was one of the best. Lost to a fellow clown. It was a tragic loss, but not one that would go unavenged.
Hehehe! You didn't seem to think my little prank was very funny. What a shame. And here I thought all clowns had an eye for good comedy.
You son of a bitch. Look what you've done.
Oh, I see it. The sight of a loser, and his loser friends. You'll never be able to stop this takeover, not even if you pass me. But you won't need to worry about that. At this rate, you'll never make it. Here they come.
And from behind Joker emerges a new pair of juggernauts, ready to continue the battle and repeat the cycle. This would end until all hope was doomed. But then it happened. He stepped up.
So, you are the Joker, yes?
Indeed I am, wise. Oh, what of it?
That is so strange, because last time I checked, there can only be one Joker.
What?
Let me introduce you
to the new Joker.
And in a flash of light, Tommy had transformed, his face painted and clothes identical. He was the new Joker.
Out with the old and in with the new, as I always say, and you baby are out. Prepare to get Jokered.
This is impossible. You could never replicate me. I'm too evil and crazy.
But you forget. What doesn't kill you makes you stranger.
No, he is the Joker!
And with this, the fight was resumed. Only with Tommy's newfound Joker mode the real Joker was left unmatched. All his attacks and tricks instantly countered and outmatched by the sheer unpredictability of Tommy Wiseau. They fight him and the Juggernauts only a while longer, until the machines are defeated, and Tommy lands a clean dropkick, sending Joker sprawling to the ground.
No! This can't be!
What's wrong, Joker? Why so serious?
He stole my line too! Damn it!
Tommy dear, I knew you could do it.
Your madness ends here, Joker. Now, prepare to atone for what you've done.
Wait! Allow me one final request. Yes, just give me one chance too.
Joker is cut off, a spear going right through his head.
I think you've had enough chances for one lifetime. Rot in hell, you monster.
Oh man, if only I wasn't so tired from the battle. I wanted to be the one to kill him.
Serves him right. Bastard should have gotten the axe a long time ago.
Well, my job is done here. Joker out.
Tommy poofs, and in a flash he is back in his normal outfit as if nothing happened. No one questions it, because they know it will only make things worse. And then there they were, the 7th floor, the last of the rooms, only now they were down one of their strongest fighters. Many were still recovering from the previous fight, but thankfully with only 2 rooms available on this floor, it wouldn't take much longer. Knuckles and Marie take the lead, stepping up to the 2 doors, but a ragged voice calls out.
Let me fight them.
What? Spinach Gam, you're too injured to fight, those juggernauts got you good. I'd recommend you just hang back, this should be over soon.
Listen to me, Hedgehog. This is my final chance to fight that brave bastard. Don't try to deny me this chance.
You really don't know when to stop, do you? Fine, but know your limits. If you need help, just call for us.
I'll let that thing kill me before I ask for your help. This is my fight, understood?
Whatever you say.
They enter Bread Boy's room surprised. As it turned out, the 2 rooms had been combined into one. All that remained was the machines of both Spinach and Bread Boy. Knuckles and company focus their energy on the Spinach Ken doppelganger, while Spinach finally gets into a battle with her long-gone comrade. Knuckles and his group take out the Spinach Ken without too many issues, but Spinachkin herself is greatly injured. She is able to defeat the bread boy, but not without taking considerable damage due to her existing injuries. She rests on the ground, blood dripping from her face.
Spinachkin, are you alright?
I'm good. I am glad I could fight him again. He was always stronger than me, or so I thought. But look at me now. Look who's the king. Yeah.
Shit, I don't know if she's gonna live. Her injuries look pretty severe.
No need to worry about me, Mr. Hitchcock. I've never felt better.
Do you, Miss Bread Boy, Spinachkin?
Miss him? What a stupid question from a stupid broad. I don't miss people that die. Death is the greatest thing you can bring to yourself. That's what I was taught. If you are unable to live, you are not fit to be missed. Dying is the ultimate forfeit of honor. Succumbing to even the worst degradation in order to survive is still more honorable than dying. To live is to have meaning, to be able to do whatever the hell you want. That's what life is all about.
I see.
Spinachkin stands back up, with shaky legs.
I'm done for now. You guys can take the lead. Simone still needs to tear that prissy bitch upstairs into scraps, but I'll let you guys have the fun for now. What a journey this has been. Let's wrap this up in a nice bloody bow. Yee.
You got it, Spinach. Let's fucking end this.
And then there they were, the final floor. The grand door stood in front of them, a dark aura resonating from behind it. This was it. Or at least, it would have been, but out of the corner of their eye was an elevator. It was open and running.
Yo guys, the elevator.
What of it? We're already at the top, there's no need to take it now, even if it is working.
The basement. It leads to the basement.
They stand there for a moment, considering Gooseman's words.
The basement. What business could we have for that place?
No, I think he's got a point. In Momax, that's where we kept Samantha prisoner after her attack at the music festival. There's a chance that something's down there.
Fine. But let's make it quick.
And so before they entered the throne room, they stepped aside, making their way into the elevator, everyone squishing together to all fit. Sure enough, it works. It must have been jammed on the other floors to prevent them from making it higher, but yet the fact it wasn't destroyed completely showed that someone still needed it, as the elevator was the only way to access the basement. The elevator clunks to a halt, hitting the bottom of the apartments, and opening its metal frame. The group steps out, and sure enough, the basement is cold and empty, dust and grime covering the place. But as they walk farther down they see the cells, the ones made for Samantha and her allies. Except now, only one person remained behind bars.
You? Why hello there. It certainly has been a while, hasn't it, Miku?
Bonzi Buddy sits in chains, clearly weak and hungry, as he had been chained for months, and even cut off from food in the past week. If the allies hadn't gone to the basement, it's likely he would have rotted away before help ever came.
Oh God. Why? Why are you still here?
So you are alive, after all this time Samantha had kept you prisoner.
Yep, it hasn't been my finest moment, but it beats being out there with her machines. Speaking of which, let me do a count of heads.
Bonzi Buddy looks around, counting everyone who now stared at him, most with anger.
15. Only 15 of you are still alive? Man, that's even worse than I thought. Maybe her invasion wasn't so pathetic after all.
Hey, you shut the hell up. You don't know what we've seen. You don't know what we've lost.
Yeah, you're right. But I can make a good guess. No matter, it's all in the past now, right? After all, you've made it. This is your last stop. Samantha is just behind those doors upstairs, right?
Your words. Something is up. What do you know that we don't?
Me? Know something? I have no idea what you're talking about. And even if I did know something, I'd never tell the likes of you.
You motherfucker.
If we unchain you, will you tell us what you know?
What?
E.T., you can't be serious. How are we supposed to save this bastard?
Just trust me, Miku. Besides, he can't harm us now. The only way to get him to confess is releasing him. That much is clear.
A tempting offer there, alien boy, but I don't know if your buddies agree.
Why don't we just threaten to kill him?
Sure, go right ahead. I don't have anything left to lose at this point. And like your pal said, I'm harmless in my current state. I can't even resist.
There's no way to threaten a man like this. The only way is through mutual benefit. Besides, I think the less people we have to execute, the better for all of us.
Ugh. Fine, but this better be important.
No. You can't. You can't unleash him, not again. Not after everything he's done. Have you all seriously forgotten who started this all? Who forced me to create the monster? Who shaped my child to be a dictator?
Everyone is stunned by Marie's aggression. They step aside.
You will never taste freedom again. I won't let you hurt another soul. Now, run away here while I go stop our daughter.
Wait.
Marie stops, and slowly turns back, staring Bonzi right in the eyes, seeing just what kind of man he is. A monster.
What?
I think you'd like to hear what I have to say. I think you'd like it very, very much.
Marie turns around and pulls out her arm cannon, stepping forward and aiming it right at Bonzi.
You tell me right now, or I'll kill you where you stand.
Marie.
E.T., stand down. This is my business.
She's going loco again.
You know I won't say a word until you let me out of here. Killing me will only leave you in for a dark surprise that I can assure you won't like when the time comes.
You.
What? Sorry, I'm struggling to understand you.
Say what you need first, then we'll let you out. Understood? And the chains stay on. I am not letting you free just yet.
Hey, a deal's a deal.
Bonzi moves closer to the gate, matching everyone's stance.
Let me ask you all this. Who do you think waits for you up in the throne room?
It's Samantha, isn't it?
Anyone else got an idea?
Silence. It was setting in. The truth finally came to light.
It's him, isn't it?
Unfortunately, I don't know who is responsible, but my daughter's spiritual presence has, how shall I say this, disappeared.
No. So then she?
No way. Are you saying that Killjoy even took out Samantha? But how?
Like I said, I'm not the right guy to ask. Why don't you all go find out for yourselves? I'm sure whoever's there is getting impatient.
Killjoy, that bastard. Why am I not surprised he's even stronger than Samantha?
That would certainly explain the strange movements of the machines outside the castle. Without Samantha's command, most of them have been left mindless.
Then what are we waiting around here for? We gotta get out of here.
Right. Everyone, back up the elevator. It seems we've got a slight change in plans. Prepare for the worst.
Hey, E.T., can you let me out now? A deal's a deal, right?
Marie, what do you think?
Oh, I seem to have forgotten. Let's just continue the mission, yes?
That works for me.
Hey, where do you think you're going? Don't leave me here. Come on. We made a deal. Are you not a man of your word?
I didn't promise anything, it was all Marie. But I'll be considerate since you did tell us something. We'll let you out. But only after we finish this. We never agreed when we'd let you out, right?
But you... Ugh. Right. Whatever, take your time. But you better make it back here. If you lose then we both die, pal.
I'm sure that's the least of our concerns.
And with a parting glance, they leave Bonzi to his cell, waiting only until after the job is done to free him. They stand in front of the door once more, only now they know it won't be Samantha waiting for them, but something much worse.
Cerno, Goosey, you guys ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's finish this. No more avoiding it. We won't lose. Not to this asshole. Never again.
Don't worry. I'm right by your side. Let's finally set things right.
I will accompany you as well. If this really is it, then I wish to help vanquish this beast for good. Too many have been affected by his madness.
Open the door, Azura. Let's do this.
Azura nods at Knuckles and with a deep breath, they shove open the door. Upon peering in, the room is huge, definitely created after the invasion, as it's incomparable to the rest of the apartments, its tower size and seemingly endless walkway. The slightest sound would echo throughout. Besides the pillars, there is a lone chair resting near the back of the room. It is empty.
Wait, where's Killjoy?
Miku stops him, pointing over to the window. The man of flame looks out, watching over the island, looking at the destruction, the wreckage.
Life and death is such a toil, is it not? All things in this world devoured by time, washed into the void of history, forgotten in mere centuries. And yet I stand, an eternal test of time, ready to rise again at any given moment. So you finally arrived. I've been waiting. I'll take it, you know of what I've done.
How long? How long has my daughter been dead?
Samantha departed from this world a few days ago, maybe a week at most. She was just like the rest of you, so easily manipulated, so easily scared. Even the strongest fighters will lose in the face of horror.
God, just shut the fuck up. No more of this stupid bullshit. We already know your words are meaningless, all you say are lies, so why bother? Let's just finish what we started. You aren't getting away this time.
Meaningless? Is that so? Well then, I will give you much more than words. I will give you eternal damnation. Your friends already await you there. Did you forget? Did you forget what fate befell your dear allies? All of them are dead. Joseph, Alf, and even poor old Tito. They await you in the afterlife, and it'd be rude to leave them behind.
Hey Killjoy, what's my name again? Sorry, it's on the tip of my tongue. I was just hoping you could tell me. What's wrong, Killjoy? For a demon you sure are a little bitch. You kill my friends and you can't even respond. Home.
Huh? You are so terribly heartbroken. You can play it off cool, but your tone says everything. Your jokes won't bring them back. And Cerno, your silence speaks just as much. Both your fears are still so potent. This will be a very enjoyable battle.
Put your guard up. This is gonna fucking suck.
I know. Don't lose focus.
Dr. Killjoy, I don't believe we've properly met, but let me tell you this. As a warrior of light and a disciple of the Hex Colony, it is my mission to cleanse this world of evil, and of demons such as yourself. You will not be leaving here. It's in this room we will send your vile presence back to hell where it belongs.
How heroic. You and all your friends come to take me out, but let me ask you this. Is killing me going to reverse the damage Samantha has done? Because the way I see it, you've already lost. All you need is a clear look outside. It's over.
Nothing is over. This world will never be beyond saving. No matter how many fall, we will come back just as strong. You've already tried to take us out, Killjoy, but you've failed. And now you will once more. Your chaos ends here.
It ends here. Ha ha ha. Then show me. Show me everything. Breath your very being into your next attacks, for if you hold back even a little, your soul will be mine. Now, I've waited long enough. Let the feast commence.
It began. The fight of chaos. The battle against hell itself. KILLJOY'S final offensive. Flames erupt from the ground, and the onslaught begins. The room is instantly filled with fire, those not fighting taking cover to avoid the blasts. Knuckles is the first to approach, going in to attack directly with his spear. His movements are quick, but KILLJOY keeps pace, shaping in and out of form to avoid. Following up with devastating punches. Azora and Cerno run in to defend Knuckles, Cerno firing off ice from the skies, while Azora tries to grab a hold of him, keeping him in his human form. He gets a grip on KILLJOY'S arm and charges him with an electrifying spark, leaving a sharp pain entering the demon. KILLJOY gains control again, throwing blasts of flame at Azora, but is stabbed by the pelting of crystals from Cerno. They were doing good, but KILLJOY'S temper was rising.
Enough.
KILLJOY points his hands to the ground and fires off an explosion of fire which ripples away from the beast, hitting everything nearby, which included both Azora and Cerno. They got back up and continued to keep pace with the Baron, trading swings, both aware of each other's attacks, not letting either gain the advantage.
You may have that demon magic of yours, but I know you inside and out this hole. You won't win. Never again will I lose to a bastard like you.
Still so arrogant. When will you learn?
And with a swift dodge, KILLJOY becomes a flame once more, moving beneath Azora, and rising behind him, delivering a blow to his back, sending them back.
Azora.
Silence. Worm?
KILLJOY powers up, and fires a beam of dark magma at Cerno, her only barely dodging in time.
Azora, was it? How adorable. Too bad no one will be alive to remember it.
Halt immediately.
E.T. and Gooseman are next to approach, trying to overwhelm KILLJOY with an array of light blasts, and quick strikes from Gooseman. Only KILLJOY was clearly not in the mood to mess around, jumping into the air and going directly for E.T. Bobby.
The skies can't save you from demise, E.T.
KILLJOY grabs onto E.T. and slams him into the ground, balls of fire circling in around him. E.T. gets out of the way, but allows Gooseman enough time to get behind the Baron and deliver a blow to his back, knocking him down as well. KILLJOY gets back up, the 5 fighters surrounding him. It's here he stands in silence.
You all are so interesting. The fact you still stand after everything shows you are just that strong. No wonder you've all made it this far. Your souls, they pulse with this energy, this strength. Oh, how I desire it. I suppose I have no choice. I will show you the truth, the horror I contain.
Well, too bad, dipshit. Because you aren't getting anything from us. Now zip it and die.
Cerno goes in to fire off an icicle into the chest of KILLJOY, but before she can do so, he takes off his glasses. He turns to her, and looks deep into her eyes. She freezes stiff.
Look, Cerno. Look at me. Do you understand? Do you know who I am?
Who? What? Is this?
Cerno.
She could hear the cries of the dead. Every last soul trapped within KILLJOY begging to be free, and yet they were stuck, doomed to suffer forever. And Cerno could hear it all, just by seeing those unrelenting eyes.
Oh my god. Joe, I'm so sorry. No.
Cerno.
E.T., stop.
Cerno stumbles away from KILLJOY, Azora rushing to her side. E.T. then bolts at the demon, but upon getting closer, is gripped by his neck and held up. No choice but to watch.
Look at them squirm, E.T. Look at them writhe in pain.
What in the world?
Their souls spun around, trying to escape, trying to find any way out of their purgatory, but it was pointless. They were doomed. E.T. saw it all, and in all his life he'd never felt fear such as he did then.
Inconceivable. This can't be real. What is this?
Oh my good sir, this is only a look into the depths of sin. Reality isn't as beautiful as you once thought, is it?
Dr. KILLJOY lifts up E.T., but is unable to take his soul yet. There are still others to deal with.
Domit, Azra, Gooseman, fight with everything you have.
You son of a bitch! You'll pay for this!
Knuckles and Azora charge at the demon, trying to land blows like before, but now they avoid something, the eyes of the demon. They didn't want to know. They didn't want to see and hear them. The cries of the damned. This gave Killjoy more than enough space to blow them away with his hellfire, and keep them down. Cerno and ET try to assist again, but every time they get close, the horrors come flooding back. She saw them, her allies, those who had once called her their leader, screaming for help. Killjoy had been injured, but it wouldn't matter, none of them could bring themselves to continue the offensive, not now. It only took a few more minutes till they were all down. All but Goose Man, who stood farther back. Unmoving.
Oh shit, what's happening over there? If we don't step in, they're gonna die.
We can't. If we join now in our condition, it would be suicide. We just need to hope.
Dr. Killjoy approaches ET again, slowly stepping towards them as they lay on the floor.
Warrior of Light, what will you do now? Certainly you don't plan to give up so easily.
You monster.
Your words hold no value anymore. The only purpose you can still serve is in giving over your soul. So, how about it?
I'll never give in to you.
Still so noble, but tell me, do you want another peek?
He tilts ET's head, holding his gaze and pointing his face towards his own. ET tries to look away, and keep his eyes closed, but Killjoy's grip is firm.
Look, ET. Look at the people I have killed. Look at their fear. Do you not wish to join them?
Stop. Stop this.
Stop what? Speak up. Come on, now speak up. Let me hear your agony.
Stop. Stop it. No, stop it, please stop.
Killjoy.
Killjoy halts, lifting his head back down, still holding onto ET. He turns, and faces Gooseman.
Gooseman, have you finally decided to fight? I'm afraid it's too late, unless you wish to see your allies. If so, then, here, look into my eyes. You can still hear their cry.
What did I say? Your words are meaningless.
This again. Then look. Don't listen. Look.
He doesn't want to. He knows what he'll see. But he refuses to back down from Killjoy. Not again. He looks into his eyes. The terrors stare back, Gooseman seeing so much, not only his friends but others, each victim claimed by the demon. Gooseman's head is filled with their noise, their suffering, it's all so much. He tries to hold on, but it seems impossible. But then, it stops.
This ends. Now.
What?
Gooseman opens his eyes wide, staring directly at Killjoy, not hesitating, and steps closer.
What are you doing?
You heard me loud and clear. This ends now.
Aura floods the room, surrounding Gooseman.
You've had your fun. But now it's my turn. The souls you've claimed, the innocent people you've taken prisoner within you, it all stops with this.
From under his wing, Gooseman pulls out something. It's a fucking Pepsi. He found a spare one lying around in his room when they were searching for the staircase. It was lukewarm, but any Pepsi was good enough.
Is that
Yeah, a cherry motherfucking Pepsi. Say your prayers, bitch. Cause this is to go even further beyond.
Gooseman downs the whole Pepsi in one big gulp, and with his newfound spirit energy, and the energy of the Pepsi, it happens.
It's time to get
It was the coolest thing humanity had ever seen. In a flash of colors, Gooseman rises up, and when the light settled, he was all rainbowy and badass. Gooseman had reached his strongest form, only achievable with the immense power his soul had gained, and also Pepsi as a catalyst. His limits had been broken, and now he could have his fight against the Baron of Hell without any holdbacks.
What is the meaning of this?
This is what you get when you mess with the goose. Taste the rainbow, motherfucker.
His speed was unbelievable, and even his wing seems to heal for the time being. Gooseman drilled into the demon left and right, piercing through him from every direction. He fires off more deadly flame pillars, each nearly grazing Gooseman, but even some of the Baron's stronger attacks wouldn't be able to catch him. He's left no choice but to return to a flame, and wait for an opening. Gooseman loses sight of him, and he lunges for an inferno-charged punch, but Gooseman blocks it with his wing, staring the demon right in the eyes.
This one's for Al.
Gooseman swings his big rainbowy wing fist right into Killjoy's face, sending him crashing into the earth.
This one's for Joey.
Gooseman swoops down, grabbing Killjoy with his lil flippers, tossing him back up like a pizza pie.
Stop, you miserable bird.
And this one's for Tito.
And in strokes of light, Gooseman blazes into the air, drilling right through Killjoy with his beak over and over and over and fucking over again. With one final blow right through the chest, he left the once Baron of Hell a nice fucking donut. It ends. Gooseman slowly flies back down to the ground, his hype fading as he returns to normal. The others peering over the corner of the hall. All that remained in front of Gooseman was the remains of Killjoy. It struggled to stand, but was able to get back on one knee. It was fading away, decaying, fizzling out.
HAHAH. Defeated by a bird. How pathetic. You won't be so lucky. Next time, I'll be back. I am immortal, because your fears never truly leave. HAHAH.
And with that, the Man of Flame, the Baron of Hell, had fizzled into thin air, leaving their world once again. All was still for a moment, as if no one was able to comprehend the insanity that had just occurred, but that silence was quickly broken. It's this fucking group after all.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Gooseman, you fucking did it!
I did?
You did it, little guy. I knew you could.
The bird has succeeded. Rise, my soldiers. He has saved this world from the demon. Rejoice. He said rejoice, you fucking cowards.
And like a stampede, everyone rushed to Gooseman, everyone lifting him up in celebration. Gooseman had defeated Dr. Killjoy.
Hey! Easy, guys. I don't feel so good.
Not bad, little man. Not bad at all.
Oh boy, where's Sav?
Guys, I need to rest.
Guys, let him down.
Oh, sorry.
Gooseman laid down on the wall of the throne room, catching his breath. He clearly used up any strength he had left, as he was exhausted. But as he looked up, he could have sworn he saw them leaving. The souls trapped and devoured by Killjoy. Karate Joe and Alf looked back on the group, and were gone. Most were busy looking at other things, but in their daze, they saw it too. Cerno and Azura watched as Joe waved goodbye to his friends, his soul finally being put to rest. They didn't say anything, but they knew it was done. Their friends were finally free, and this invasion was put to an end. Hours tick by as everyone stays in the upstairs of the apartments. While they had defeated Killjoy, the downstairs of the apartments still seemed to be rampant with machines. While some rest up and try to treat their injuries, a smaller group finds themselves in the grand computer lab which they found behind the throne room. It's here they find not only the grand computer, which they hope will be able to shut down the boxheads for good, but also Samantha's body. Just a final gift left behind by Killjoy.
Hey, Gooseman, how are you feeling now? We've tried to bandage you as best we could.
Ugh, yeah, I feel alright. Definitely felt better, but hey, we did it.
You're tough as nails back there, little guy. I mean, look at you. You killed a demon. Not even we could do it. But I guess nothing's impossible for Goosey. Yeah.
Oh come on, don't butter me up, I wasn't that cool. Okay, maybe I was fucking awesome, but that's besides the point. I mean, you guys fucked him up and all that. I just finished him off.
Okay, yeah, well, I still would lost my fucking soul if you didn't finish him. So I guess it's a group effort then. But you still kicked ass, Goosey.
The way you two talk almost makes you seem like siblings.
Ha! You think? You hear that, brother Goose? Looks like we're bros now.
Hey, you wish. Maybe then you'd have some real flappers like these bad boys. Hey, yeah. Okay, maybe not.
Oh, hey, you good?
Yeah, wings still fucked though. It should heal over time, but not being able to fly has been a real pain in the ass.
Well, hey, I've been going 24 years flightless, so I should know. Oh, look at Miss, I can fly. Over here. Don't think I don't see you snickering.
You see, maybe if you were a cool fairy like me, it wouldn't have this problem.
So yeah, well, maybe flight actually does kinda suck. The ground is way cooler.
Oh shut it, you fucking dweeb.
Cerno jokingly pushes Azora, but they fucking hit their head and die on impact. Rip to a real one. Nah, just kidding, he just brushes it off, and locks eyes with Cerno, with Gooseman just hanging out. So this is what he was missing.
Holy shit, just make out already.
Woo! Lucy, shut it, you're making it weird.
But then Cerno grabs the ripped neck of his shirt, pulling him in and giving Azora a huge fucking smoochy smooch.
Oh damn, I was kidding, lol.
Sure you don't wanna fly now?
On second thought, maybe flying is kinda cool, you've convinced me, hey.
The three have a big old laugh, just being a bunch of pals, while E.T. and Knuckles, Theo there's injured, remain back with Miku and Bobby, discussing their plans going forward.
After this, I'm putting away my spear for good. I've seen enough bloodshed for a lifetime. I never even wanted to become a warrior, a killer. It's a fate I chose because if not me, then who? Regardless, I no longer wish to bear this torch. I hope you'll all understand.
Yeah, I feel ya, man. There's a reason I went off on my own after the first tower. I couldn't stand it. The deaths, I mean, even now. I mean, fuck. You saw what happened to Ronald.
Yeah, and I'm still sorry about that. But it's over now. All we gotta do is get this box head issue taken care of and we can finally be at peace again.
I'd like that.
Oh come on, Hedgehog. Didn't it feel good? Trampling your enemies beneath you, degrading them like the filth they are, wasn't it glorious?
Christ spinach can, no, not everyone likes death such as yourself. I still don't understand how you worked with us in the first place.
We had a common goal, and besides with Samantha in the way I'd be stuck here, so the sooner we could get off the faster I could go cause more terror. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't like traveling with you fools.
Hey, so, you think they were almost done in there? They've been working in the computer lab for a while now.
We can always go check on him if you want. I'm sure Tommy would like the visit, using his big brain to solve this robo problem and all that.
Yeah, yep, sure, Val. I'm sure Tommy is of great help with their search.
I think Soria's right. I haven't heard them in a while. I'm starting to get worried.
Oh boy, I got a good feeling about this.
The group heads in to check on the people in the computer lab, and all seemed fine. After all, everyone was still in there. But they all seemed to be out cold. Well, more than that. Their souls were gone.
Tommy?
What the fuck? E.T.'s heart. It stopped?
This can't be. What caused this?
The computer. It has to do with that?
The computer? What about it?
Bobby and Mika rush over to the computer, looking for anything that could have caused this as the screen was bugging out. Their attempts were pointless, as the computer was hardly responding to their inputs.
There's nothing. Nothing's working.
Is everything okay in there? We're on the way.
This is bad. This is really fucking bad. What the hell are we gonna